Welcome to MathLink Academy, where we connect the dots. I am Mr. C, and in this particular unit, we're going to talk about the meter system or the metric system of surface area and also volume. So let's get started. The metric surface area, as the linear measure, the easiest method of converting between metric units of surface area is by moving the decimal place. Again, similar to what we did in our previous lessons, if you have looked at those, is we're going to express a given unit as the next larger unit. So given unit and then to the next larger unit by moving the decimal two places. Notice I emphasize two places to the left. Move two places because the surface area is two-dimensional. Again, surface area is two-dimensional, length is one-dimensional, volume is three dimensions. Now, to express a given unit as the next smaller unit, going to a smaller unit, we move the decimal places two places to the right. For surface area, the main thing you want to remember is you're moving the decimal place in units of 2, 4, 6, 8, and so forth, either to the right or to the left. Now, again, this table below is just showing us the location pieces of when we're talking about units from smaller to larger, right to left. Again, our middle person, I would say the middleman, the link will be, as you may believe and know, it's going to be our meters. And if we go into the smaller direction, that's we're moving to the right. This is a smaller. So this is 1/10, 1/100th of a meter, and this is 1/1000th of a meter. Now, as we go in the other direction, as they get bigger, the decameter, that'd be 10, we're talking about 100 and 1,000. It takes 1,000 meters to make 1 kilometer. So these are things we want to make sure we understand and know. So let's look at our example here. Again, we're looking at area conversion. We want to express 840.5 square decimal, and that's dm square, as square meters. Let's actually do it on this particular place we're at. And so I'm going to write that down. We've done this before, and we're going to do it far as with a unit fraction. So let's write our unit fraction. So we have 840.5, and let's write the unit. And this is This is decimeter or square decimeter, and we want to convert it to meter. So in this case, I'm going to actually multiply and use our unit fraction. So the dm will be on the bottom so they could cancel, and then go to meter square. Now again, a decimeter is smaller than a meter, and we know it takes 10 decimeter to make 1 meter. But since we're talking about area, it's really 10 square we're going to be looking at, not just 10 square. And so as we look here, guys, we're going to cancel out, and now we're left in meters. And so in order to do this particular problem, we'll say 840.5 divided by 10 square, which is 100. So, and then we have meter square. So what this is saying, we're just going to move that decimal once we divide. We'll move our decimal two places. And so we want to move our decimal two places to make sure we divide correctly for this here. And so looking at this will give us 8.405 meters square. And that would be our answer when we convert from decimeter to meter square. Again, we're in area, so make sure you put that square so you know you're not in length, but you're in area. Now let's look at this particular example. We want to express 46 square centimeters as square millimeters. So again, I'm going to put down my number that we have here, which is 46 centimeters squared. It's good to put that unit times. Now I'm going to put down centimeter squared here. Well, let's say I don't know the relation between centimeter and millimeter. So I'm going to use the middleman or the link, which is meter square, and then go from meter square on the bottom and millimeters. So in this case, when we wanted to figure out our values, we know is 100 centimeters equal one meter. So in this case, it'd be not 100, but 100 square to 1. And we also know in this case that it takes 1,000 millimeters to equal to 1 meter. But since we're talking about square, let's put that square there. We have that. So in this case, once we do our cancellation, because notice the units cancel here, centimeters, meters, we're left with millimeters. Now, when you do the square, it's 100 square, you got to do that, and then 1,000 square, well, that gives us bigger zeros. Now, we multiply and divide. So this will give you, when you do it correctly, times this square, it's going to give you more zeros, and then this square, which is 100 square, with meters. If I do my math correctly, this should give me, and you can do this on a calculator, 4,600 millimeters square. The zeros will cancel, it will divide, and that'll be our answer once we do the math correctly. So try that on your own to see if you get the same answer that I've gotten in this particular problem. Now, one of the last problems I want to look at is going to talk about volume units. So if we know how to do length, area is square, volume is cube. And so in this case, we got to think cubic. So in this case, we're going to express 27,000 cubic centimeters as cubic meter. And so how are we going to do this? And let's do this on this particular slide. We're going to write down 27,000 cubic centimeters, okay? And so we're going to put cubic centimeters on the bottom, and we're going to put meters cubed. Now, what's the relationship here? We know that 100 centimeters is 1 meter, but since it's cubed, we're going to cube it. Now, what happens here, what cancel will be our centimeters cubed, notice that, and what's left over will be meters cubed. So that's our measurement, that our unit that we're looking at, that's what's left over. So our answer would be in that form. So what we're going to look at is, this is the numerator, and the denominator, let me see if I can spell it out. It'll be 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. So we're looking at this, meters cubed. Now in this case, you do not want to leave this, you want to simplify. So I'm going to show you some quick ways we can take out our zeros, 3 zeros there. And so we're actually left with 27 over 1,000. So 27 over 1,000, if you look here, 27 over 1,000, we actually just moving the decimal 3 places will give me 0.027. 27 over 1,000 is really saying what we have this here. This is the 10th, 100th, 1,000th. This is 27 thousandths, and that's your answer. And then we'll circle it. And so for the volume, it's pretty much similar to what we did with the area and also the length. You just got to make sure you do cube. Hopefully this helped. And if you have any questions, look at the video again. Also look at some of our resources that we have on our MathLink website. Again, remember, MathLink, we're trying to bring it together for you. So thank you again for watching this video.